Hello. Howdy. What am I doing? Oh, is that working? Yes, vaguely. Things are kind of working. Partially working. Some stuff's working. Some things aren't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yo, this area. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Yep, this area. Fucking work. For fuck's sake, 1 second. I have determined that I will not function this day. Oh, shit. No, don't drop. Oh, now you can see, but I don't want you to see. Ooh, hello. Sorry, I'm reading something I shouldn't be. It's like I never left. Fuck around with my... I'm out of focus, aren't I? Fucking thing. There we go. It's more like it. Alright, just... Anyway, oh. The desktop audio is muted. Yeah, unmuted, there we go. Yeah, it's gonna come back on though. Oh god, I'm so... Let me higher. There we go. Is it working? I'm very dark, but besides that, we're just gonna live with that because I'm lazy and I can't be asked to fuck around with stuff. We've returned. I think things are working. Somewhat functional. Which is, frankly, all we can ask for, really. In these trying times. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really done anything. The only reason I haven't been on is I haven't been playing much. Well, I have, but I've not been playing much. I wanted to stream. I've been playing what everyone else has been playing, which is Elden Ring, but which I didn't think I would play, but I did. So, yeah, I just didn't want to stream it for I feel like somewhat obvious reasons. So I haven't, but I have been playing this, and I'm finally at a point, it has taken me a hot minute, where I can get these fucking role quests done, which I'm quite proud of. Speaking of proud of, I got this bad boy. I imagine soloing that is not much of an achievement now Endwalker's out, but I'm gonna take it as an achievement, and I did it, and I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, we all know the reason I play this is cause I'm a story boy. So now I've got some story to do. I think we can start. What am I doing? Alright. Red Mage. So I've seen that the Ishgard one is not particularly good. I can see that my connection is also not particularly good. What's going on with that? You know, the more things change, the more they don't change. Yeah, I'm learning that. Started off nice and green and now it's red. That's why I don't stream on OBS usually. That's why I switched over to fucking Streamlabs. OBS always seems a lot less accurate for me. I can't stand Streamlabs. Because they're a bunch of wankers. I'm trying to be a good boy. We'll see what happens. Ooh, what I should do though is record. We'll record as well. There we go. Then at least there's a board if everything goes to shit. Boom. I've learnt my lesson. Well, I haven't, because if I'd have learnt my lesson, I would have already put it on. But I'm learning my lesson, which is something. It's not quite there, but we're getting there. Anyway, we're going to start with the magic one, because my understanding is it's not very good. Unfortunately, which is it's a shame. Looking forward to seeing some Aymeric. But I guess that'll be worth it just for that. Ah, my Lord Tai, I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters, it pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. I saw in the cutscene. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay. and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit from the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand the unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. And, you know, the hero of Ishgard. Don't forget my title, sir. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who suits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? You can count on me, buddy. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Is Aymeric happy to hear about me? Does he miss me? I miss him. Don't tell him I said that. 'Tis settled upon. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the FFXIV Plaza. Lord Toriel will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed you away. I mean, you don't want me in no more? Bit rude. No, Starboard. Allow me to thank you once more for agreeing to aid us in our efforts to vanquish the blasphemy. Lest you forget upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the FFXIV Plaza. Lord Toriel will be there to receive you. I'm looking forward to seeing Toriel. I wonder if Edmund will be there. I assume he'll pop up at some point. Where am I going? Foundation, lovely. Lovely jubbly, as they say. Or as I say. Somebody says it, that's all that matters. That's something I've still not done. One day, there will be no more of these markers on my screen, for I will have done them all. But that is not this day. Hello Dave, how you doing buddy? I'm alright, thank you. Ooh. Hey buddy, long time no see. Long time. Hi, I've been expecting you. Words cannot well express how heartening it is to have you fighting besides us. Yeah, nod. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Oh, hey buddy, I've missed you. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Toriel and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Indeedy, buddy, indeedy. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. It was a handful of days after the first beast appeared in Razadham. Indeedy. An Elizan man was observed at the hoplon in the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. What's a gait? All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible draconic beast. Oh, nice. Who would have seen that coming? Oh, he's very draconic. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the temple knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of Ishgardian myth. Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time, ere disappearing again. Alas, the brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far have learned naught. Yes. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. Alright. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question.
Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war.
It's been a few years now, buddy.
We cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon.
Indeedy, I've always got your back. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy. The sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at the St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out once more. I shall come. Oh boy, will I come. Where am I coming? Excuse me, Plaza. I need to come. To the pillars. Lovely. Always like to come to the pillars. My favorite pastime. What are you all doing? How you been? Feels as if we wait an eternity. Good for you.
Hello? Not so very long ago, you would have imagined Ishgardian knights marching beyond the bounds of their own dominion. But we have ventured to the heart of Garlemald and fought for no less than the fate of the world itself. Our nation has changed, and continues to do so.
Indeedy. Here he is, Deacon Clem. Let us see what he can tell us. Deacon. Clem. How you doing, Clemmy boy? Sad music indicates not well.
Lord Aymeric, Lord Artorial, and the Saviour of Ishgard besides, you do me a great honour.
Hey. Oh, there we go. Get there in the end.
I am Clem. I serve as deacon here at St. Raymond's Cathedral.
There's some big words you're putting in my mouth, sir.
I understand. You were among those at Oplon, where the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservations. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day?
Go on, you know you want to.
Very well. We are pleasantly relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral. In case you were unaware, we had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Oplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he had transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another.
Praise the Fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Who's this? Who's monologuing to me, sir? Who are you? I'd say I like your hat, but I would be lying, so I won't.
Bishop Vatrinoy.
Hello.
Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present, and I wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free to of this scourge.
There we go. Got there in the end. That was intentional. It was an intentional pause.
Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it.
peculiar.
You are most kind, Your Grace.
Alright, lovely. It was his people that were turned, right? The religious folk. Makes sense he would have some interest in this. Presumably something to add to it. Or maybe he's involved. Maybe he's the reason. Maybe he's a naughty boy. There was Bishop Van Trio, the head of the St. Raymond's, and a member of the Synod. These are all words I don't know, so I'm gonna throw that out there to you. With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in this Gaudian Orthodox Church.
This is so, yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as I have ever known.
I don't trust him.
Like His Grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it.
I guess we're doing so.
Of course, if it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome, as it turns out. Hello, sweetie.
The deacon was no less terrified by the blasphemy than his peers, yet he alone did not turn. By what grace was he spared?
I don't know. Maybe he's not fully in despair.
What manner of request could this be? His tone bespeaks urgency.
You pregnant?
In the wake of the transformations, the group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements, and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search.
So there's the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may have headed?
The Western Highlands, I believe. Between Gorgan Mills and Hemlock, there is no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. The time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour the separate areas. Ty, if you could escort the good Dakin to Gorgan Mills, Lord Arturiel and I will tend to Hemlock.
Can't I come with you instead? I would take either of you. No? What did I do to deserve this disgrace? Ways to go, ways to go. Big on ways to go. Oh. Let's flaunt this bad boy, shall we? Yes, yes. Lord knows it took me long enough to get the fucking thing. It didn't take that long, to be fair. Once I figured out I had to solo it, wasn't too bad. Oh, I do love that statue. It is very cool. Always has been, always will be. Oh, bah. Dun, dun, da, dun, da, 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 da. You wouldn't think it looking at the sun, but it was snowing here earlier. We've had pretty much every type of fucking weather today. It has been an interesting one. Good old England, I guess. That's where we found Yazael. What a coinky dink. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Oh, it's up above. Never mind. I expected more of a coinky dink, I guess. So it's in here somewhere, presumably. Although it could be outside. Maybe I shouldn't have assumed. What they say about assumptions? Did it show? Did it show him on the minimap? Have I only just noticed that? No, it does not. I don't think that's supposed to be him, is it? That's just part of the minimap, alright. It looked like from there. Let's see. Yeah, from there it looked like the little yellow dots that you get when it shows you where an enemy is for a quest. Just coincidentally happens to be where he is.
That you should choose to be abide in such harsh conditions.
Indeed.
You?
Me? What about you?
Ah, I see you found them.
Hello. I'm glad you weren't gone for long.
Yes, none worse for the wear, thank the Fury. My friends, forgive us if we are giving cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop of Atano, too, worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you'll be much safer there than in this wretched place.
Aymeric, buddy.
Servants of the Fury will never be safe in the city. Don't you see?
No, I do not see. I must concur.
This is your fault. You and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs and spit in our faces.
Nod. Shock and horror. A gasp.
And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity.
Someone's doing a transform. Calm your ass.
What?
Hi, tell them to calm his ass. No, okay. Don't explain the situation, that's fine.
All I have ever done was in service to her. I am a good man. I do not. She cannot forsake me.
We could have said something, but we chose not to, and I for one back that choice. He's a wanker. He had it coming.
Red, you had it coming.
Oh, he ran. Chicken.
Ty, we cannot allow him to harm any others.
Well, he didn't like you, and he didn't harm you, so I feel like everyone else is probably safe.
Give chase, and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Please, you must go do everything. Please now, Ty.
To be fair, recompense for me not telling people what the fuck is going on. Could have explained to the man before he went all fucking spooky dooky about the whole despair situation, you know, but no, let him go freaky deaky. I understand, Ty. I understand.
Do not worry about us. See to the beast. I cannot have gotten far.
Already we are calling him a beast. How far we have fallen.
Deacon Clem, please do what you can to reassure them. Yes, of course.
Are you reassured? Are you feeling reassured? Are you gonna turn into a monster too? I think we both know the answer to that question. I'm terribly sorry for your future loss. Or for yourself, I guess. That works. I'm sorry, spooky monster who was once a person. Your time has come to an end. How do I play this class again? Oh no. Oh, it's red mage, it's easy. One of the easiest classes. No. No. Oh, yeah, actually, that was what I wanted to do. Turns out. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. What are we doing? We're playing with this poor boy. I'm sorry. See, I brought a quick and swift end to you. I'm so kind and gentle. And caring. Oh, how I care. I don't think I've noticed this before. Man, the music here is just full on nostalgia bait, huh? I mean, I guess at the time it came out, it wasn't. But it is now.
Is it done, Ty?
Well, you'd know if you'd have come with me.
My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the Dagon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action.
For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. Sounds Gucci to Michi? Sounds very good. I'm coming home. To Ishgard, I'm coming home. Let me tell thee. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. I assume Lucia won't be in this because she's busy with the Ishgard contingent. Lord Aymeric and Artoriel await you within the strategy room. We will be joining them. Yep. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in here. I like it. Was this table always here? I feel like you used to have a desk. Or am I misremembering, Aymeric? I'm sorry if I am, sir. It's been so long. It's been like a year or two at this point since I was last in here. I hope you can forgive me. The vast movements of your head tells me that you can.
Here we shall discuss our plans to deal with the blasphemy. Whensoever you wish to enter, you need but say so to the guard.
I know, buddy. I've been in here several times. I mean, I have just been talking about how I've forgotten, but still.
Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergymen to St. Raymond's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair and terror remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed, since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge. The church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. 'Tis not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus, torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than the members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. Yes, nod. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain.
Indeed, buddy, yes. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights.
Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments.
Good to know.
Pray take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue work, you may seek us here.
Do I get to have dinner with you in between? I'm thinking not. Why do you never ask me for dinner anymore, sir? Breaking my heart. You're going down a road of which you don't seem to want me to come down with you, which is sad.
Ah, Ty, your timing couldn't be better. Deacon Clem has finished speaking with the rescued clergyman and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Aymeric too is on his way. Let us wait for them.
Sure thing, what do you want to talk about? You want to have some triple triad going on? I take that as a no. Clammy boy. Clammy boy, oh clammy boy. I got nowhere to go with that.
Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf.
'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I am glad to do all I can.
So, 'tis our understanding that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitor who turned. Like him, they too have been subject to harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct?
It is, I'm afraid, and they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Alone, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in perpetuating terrible lies, this is true, but we were too misled. We too are victims. Yet we are regarded by some as criminals. You know, back when it happened, and then the one priest took the kid up to the top of the church and then tried to throw the kid off the church, and then the dragon had to save the kid. I'm just saying, that probably didn't help matters either. It's just throwing that out there.
Well, I do understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out as their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end?
Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime, but now that it has come, we find we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures, beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had unwittingly deceived others in turn, was devastating. We who had once been shepherds to men found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. There, buddy. There. Don't go all spooky doopy. Yet I have faith that the church will redeem itself, that it will find a new path, and yet again become a beacon of hope for the people.
I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, it is now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed.
I'm glad we're telling them this eventually. I'm glad we finally got to the point where we're explaining this. It's nice.
That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the church. In light of this, we would ask you for your continued cooperation.
Of course, anything to help my brethren.
Now that we have established the course, That leaves us with a mystery of Profen Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles, could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I can recall of his garb, I doubt it. He dressed in the common fashion, and inadequately against the cold besides. So I'm assuming it was the guy in the cutscene that Erenville goes past. To which I would say I agree with you, although I sound like a wanker for saying it. No, he's not posh enough to be one of us, I'm afraid. It is said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behavior. If we can determine what instincts drive Profen Fafnir, we may learn who it once was, and this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. I imagine the fact it's not attacked and it's just flying around is maybe some kind of indication. Perhaps. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Yes, fuck off. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I would seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hoplon is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as the tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries in the pillars. If you could attend the Hoplon, Lord Artoriel, and I will look in the surrounding areas. Oh, I see. You two are going together again, huh? What's going on here? You take him to dinners too? Is this why I have no longer received an invitation? I see. What is this? Work out to make it something to do with crafting. The weapons, I think. Bring that back out. Works for me. Now, what am I looking for? Hello. Your skin is like the snow, your eyes like sapphires. Alright, calm your ass. No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I ever wish to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? You not paying attention to the news? Shit's going down everywhere. Whatever that beast was, I pray I never have to lay eyes upon it. I'd sooner forget it was ever here. How very sheltered of you. Come, Starboard. Yes, that's what we will call you. Man, it feels like ages since I've been Ishgard. It's not been. I've been here a fair bit. I was doing some crafting not too long ago. Still feels like ages though. The dragon that appeared at the Hoplon. I saw him with mine own eyes. One moment an Ellison, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it. Dickhead. The dragon was massive, I told you. I didn't know heretics could transform into something so big. He's not a fucking... well, he might be a heretic, I don't know. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. It can't be one of us. Non-heretics, of course, yeah. No. Hello, sir. I wish to speak with you. I wasn't present for the incident at the Hoplon, but a young man poorly dressed for the call, that I did see. Recall him well, because an aide from St. Vandrew was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary, and by coincidence had the same name. Speak with Aymeric. I will do that anytime, any place. Oh boys, what are you getting up to? Were you able to learn anything? Yeah. There you are, Ty. Did your search yield any fruit?
As it always does, of course, of course. I'm better at finding information than I am fighting, I think.
The patient at the firmament's infirmary, you say?
Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in a stupor, who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire.
Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy. But to think that his name should be Vandrew. It's like Andrew, but with a V. It's very strange. 'Tis the same name of that former Heavensward commander Ser Vandrew, Deroshmande, for whom the infirmary is named.
Ser Vandrew, however, retired from his station at a ripe old age some years ago. Does not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the room. We could all just go together, I'm just saying. Don't have to go one at a time. It's a bit weird. We're all friends, aren't we? Aren't we? Artorial? Am I your friend? Can we please be friends? Toriel? Not much point teleporting, is there? I do not believe. Dun, 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 dun. Am I going the right way? Shit, I think so. Whee! Dun, dun, I see you sparklers. All I ever wanted was some sparklers to make me happy.
Lord Artorial should be here, not be long. Let us wait here.
Are we gonna go see my new house? Is that why we're here? You can personally give me the house, so I don't have to go in the lottery. Is that how that's gonna work? Is that why we're here, sir? Thank you. That's very generous of you. I won't tell anyone else. Don't worry. Be my little secret. This is Laverick, the aide who was in charge of Vandrew.
Have you found him? Oh, please say you have.
Oh, he's a big dragon boy now. So sorry.
We have not, I'm afraid, but we seek to, and hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary?
He was found by a patrol in the Central Islands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then...
Prime of his years? By all accounts, he is no old man. Seems safe to assume it isn't Ser Vandrew.
Either some offspring, or he found the Fountain of Youth, maybe.
Oh no, he's definitely a different person. I told Lord Tariel, and though he gave his name as Vandrew, he seemed rather confused, and we had no means to confirm his identity.
That's not very helpful.
In his state, he shouldn't be wandering about on his own. Please, you must find him.
He's a big dragon now, he can look after himself, don't worry. Threatening over nothing. Tut tut.
The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hoplon, I regret to say, may have been Vandrew.
There we go, a little bit of honesty goes a long way.
What? No! How can this be?
Is there aught else you can tell us? Things may have been said or done while in your care. Anything could help.
While he was unconscious, he would often ramble. Though most of it was incoherent, he mentioned the Archbishop many times.
Maybe it's your long-lost brother.
Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too, Bishop Vartino. I assumed he was a pious man given this.
Frown.
I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation, and should we confirm what became of Vandrew, inform you forthwith.
Interesting. Let's return to the congregation for now. No, I just bloody left the congregation. How rude. Dun. It's just up there, isn't it? Yeah. Although, I was going to say no need to portal, but idleness becomes me. I'm idleness, and idleness is me. Yes. Yeah, that's quiet. Is local time and server time still the same? No. Interesting. Guess that's the turning back of the clocks that's done that. Heading to the strategy room. I should be glad to show you in. Okay, thank you. Gatekeeper. Oh, yeah. Get out, gatekeeper.
Who could this Vandrew be?
What's what we're trying to figure out, buddy? The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became Profane Fafnir. Alright?
Indeed, though he did not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Vartano specifically.
What's that? What do you mean? What are you getting at? Perhaps he was personally acquainted with His Grace. Maybe. In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly.
Agreed. I will request an audience, but His Grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Like a level or two away. I think one will do it. Just go get a level and we'll be okay. Should you have other business, pray feel free to attend to them in the meantime, like getting a level.
Well, unfortunately for you, sir, I predetermined this situation and got myself 5 levels. Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of me this day. I'm sorry, I gotta say. Ty, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clem has just sent word that Bishop Vartano will see us now. By which I mean right this instant. It is extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to learn how he and Vandrew, we're staying with Vandrew, may be connected. Not wishing to keep his grace waiting, Lord Aymeric is already on his way to St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us hurry ourselves there. I'm hurrying. I'm trying to hurry, but you're going so slow that I can't hurry. Bit rude of you, really, when you think about it. Quite rude of you, Doriel. Tell me to rush and then you go like a slow man. We go slow. Yep. Yep. Oh my god. To the cathedral. You'd think it was obvious because he said, but somehow, I still needed to check.
Ah, Ty, well glad am I that you could join us.
Seems His Grace is yet to arrive.
My lords, I'm so sorry. I informed His Grace you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived, he recalled that he had urgent business, and had to leave the cathedral at once. Yes. Nothing suspicious, I promise. Yes. He cannot have gone far, though. So if you wish to search for him in the hopes you can still steal a moment of his time,
clearly he does not want to speak with us. This is bullshit, sir.
To grant us an audience only to depart with such haste. What business could be so pressing?
It's bullshit, Aymeric. We're being bullshitted. He doesn't trust you, I think, is the situation. His Grace has yet to return, I'm afraid. Yeah, I suspect he does not trust us. Like the other clergymen we were talking to. The shit goes all the way to the top, I'm telling you. They're not trusting this thing. I think maybe they want us to think he's a bad boy. But I do not think that's the direction it's gonna go. So, no point going that way. Interesting. I could be wrong, of course, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. The religious people are the bad people again. I think we're subverting that expectation. At least I hope so. A bit too predictable.
I found His Grace, Ty.
Hello, His Grace.
Well, well now. That even the Savior of Ishgard should be here.
Your Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Come on. Now, I could see him going all spookums. Yeah, look, he looks like he's been ambushed. You think he's been ambushed? He's scared of us. That's what's happening.
Lord Speaker, rest assured I was just about to return to the cathedral. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a young man named Vandrew. Is he known to you? No, I cannot say he is. With the exception of the former Archimandrite, I am sure I know no one by that name.
Well, yeah, it's obviously a fake name he used. Feel like based on what that woman was saying, that's obvious, right?
But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes? Perhaps his youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided. Godly soul that he is. Full glad am I that his faith was to comfort to him in sickness, and I pray Haloni that will soon be found in good health, yes, quite. Now then, if there was nothing else, I shall return to my duties.
Oh, hello. Allow me to peer into your soul for a moment, sir. I must see your memories. Have you done a bullshit of me?
Fear not, Your Eminence. I shall carry on your legacy.
We have completed the preparations as per your instructions. But are you certain this will work?
It must. Lord Aymeric spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith.
You knew about it, did you?
I could not bring myself to believe it, not at first.
Okay.
But in the course of cataloguing His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal.
That is a big fucking sword. It's bigger than him.
Therein he had written that, through abundant fever and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. All the power we require lies in this place, this Aziz-La, by channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found.
Don't like where this is going. Who is that boy? Should I know them?
We shall summon forth King Forden and his Knights 12, and by his blessing Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory.
You could also not do that. Have you considered that path of course of action? You big dummy. You big dummy. What's gonna come of this?
Oh shit.
Well, he looks different.
What is this? It's just an ordinary man. Scarcely changed from before.
Is he the one that became Dragon Boy and fell to despair? Looks vaguely familiar. Gonna be honest, did not expect this to be how this goes. It's an interesting one. Certainly different.
Ah, His Eminence. I must protect.
Cloned Ellison. Interesting.
No, this isn't right. Confound it. Perhaps I overlooked something. I must return to the Holy See and review the journal.
So Church Boy is bad. Alright, fair enough. Your Grace, what shall we do with the thing?
Leave it. 'Tis a failure without use or value. The denizens of this place will deal with it soon enough.
Clearly not. Clearly you didn't think that through very well. Now you are brought just spare to all of us, God. You big donkey. Yes, sir. Sir? Sir, yes. Sir, please. Sir, yes, please. Alright, you're a bad boy, I figured it out.
Ty, are you well? Were you perchance granted a vision of the past?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's a bit weird, I'm gonna be honest. It's a weird one.
An attempted summoning of King Ford and his Knights 12.
I had faith in you, you bastard.
Your Grace, you should know full well that summoning is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation to explain yourself.
This is just gonna make matters worse. I mean, it's gotta be done, but the other priests and shit are gonna see this and be like, I fucking knew they were coming for us. What are you doing? Don't do what you're doing.
I have dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs and shit, but you all took it all from us, tore down everything that defined us. You cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community, to be denied. I deny you and this justice. I deny an God where a church has no place. I refuse to accept, do you hear me? I refuse to accept it.
Alright, Square, just gonna put it out there. Auto-advancing text that is not voiced is rude. It's fucking rude. Go on, Aymeric. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. Give me a chance to bloody read. I'm a slow reader, even if I'm not fucking reading it out. Give me time.
Your Grace, no!
Don't you turn too. Well, we're gonna need a new bishop. That I should come to violence yet again. Would that your hand not had been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him, while tending to the aftermath. Yeah, this is just gonna make things worse, right? Because that guy was like, oh, they're making us turn into monsters, and then the Archbishop gets turned into a monster, and then you're like, I fucking say I told you they were turning us into monsters. They even got the fucking Archbishop. It's gonna advance that concern, I guess. When things are settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray go on ahead and get some rest. I'd say things are only gonna get better, sir, but I think I would be lying. I think we have to deal with the worst before the better comes. Do you believe this is one of those situations? I can't believe the church were bad again. Come on now. I mean, I don't like religion either, but there's a time when you go a little too much on something, I feel. Becomes a bit too predictable. I think that's why Heideling's so great in this. because she's a goodie. She's a good egg. Hello. Yes. The music. Yes.
How fares the Daikon?
Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows.
Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair in turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I had imagined.
Indeed.
And pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exasperated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace.
I know the word, and yet still I cannot say it.
Tai,
Will you recount in full that which you witnessed in your vision? Yeah, shit went down, but I don't understand some of it, to be honest. I feel like I should know who he got cloned into, but I don't know. I did not recall what I probably should have recalled. I'm so sorry for my failure to do so.
that he should seek to use one of Alak's unholy abominations to create a primal.
Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. Yep, that sounds about right.
We may safely assume the bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidog's eye, the sword of Ascalon no longer has such power. Nor does that of the warring triad remain to be harnessed, thanks to your valorous intervention.
Thank you.
But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands?
You believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? The only reason we would have seen it.
Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering what we know of the clone and Vandrew, it would seem a likely possibility.
That would explain why he had to take up someone else's name. Because he did not have one of his own.
Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long, so pray look in on us when you can.
I will, immediately in fact. Don't you worry about it, sir. That's the halfway mark, I guess. Yes. Yeah, da, 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 da. Let me go for me tutorial.
Tai, you are ever a sight for sore eyes.
Aymeric.
Hail tidings, my friends.
Is there ever anything else?
I dispatched the temple knights to find the clergymen who aided in Bishop Vatano's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down.
Unfortunate. Without their accounts, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vandrew are the same individual?
Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vandrew may have found his way to Corvus. According to Ty's vision, he was abandoned as his lair. But what did he do afterwards?
Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. I shall go and search for this clone in Az's lair. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. I think we both know we are not.
A splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands.
Where are we going, buddy?
Meanwhile, Ty and I shall retrace Vandrew's steps whence he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there.
Sounds good to me. Though I would have quite liked to stroll in as his line. But hey ho. No worries. No worries, no worries. To camp Dragon Head. It's like Dragon Age, but with a head. It makes sense when you think about it. Downwards we go. Front. Ow. Ouch. And such. My lady. You are purely glowing. Well now, if it isn't the late Lord Horshafort's dear friend. Is there something you require? That's how you know me? As Horshafort's friend? Is that all I am to you, lady? Horshafort's friend? How dare you? Ah, yes, the mystery man was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less snowstorm in which he had been caught. He was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobed. That might explain his state of undress. He was naked. Your exchange with Ninny has taught you about Vandrew's state when he was found. He was naked. We took care of the man as best we could, but given his state, I expect he will need a long convalescence before he's back on his feet. Now, don't worry, he's naked again, but now he's up in the sky. Unless he's wearing clothes as a dragon. I suspect not. Do I need to go back up here? It's hard to tell. Are you an up or are you an okay? Oh, I can't move you, can I? Guess we're going around here. Oh! Well, now I know why. I'm known as Oshafont's friend. I didn't realize I was here, to be honest. Hi, old boy. When I saw you off in the Ragnarok, I had every faith that you would return. And here you are, a more dependable comrade a man could not hope for.
Lord Emmanuel's spell of absence afforded me time to return to my writing. I must admit that life was rather duller without him, though not necessarily for the worse.
Well, you might have some new dialogue. Lovely. Ah, 'tis ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? An injured man who was found out in the wilds. Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here, Providence Point. He was unconscious and in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. Your exchange with Yale has taught you about where Vandrew was found. Yale? What else you got, Yale? That fellow was fortunate we found him when we did. Any longer in that storm, and he would have been just another drift in the snow. Come, Revelos. We rise. We fall.
Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in case of it is of interest, earlier on the same day, I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. Soon disappeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking none too steady.
Well, we know how he got here, then.
Well, I do wonder what that airship was about, and what became of it. I don't believe we were expecting any to pass through that day.
So, presumably, if they would have looked to see if it was anywhere out there, which means it would have gone, which means someone brought him here and he didn't bring it here. That's my assumption. I could be wrong.
Well met, traveller. Might I trust you in a chocobo partner?
I got a partner, thank you. How dare you.
There you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest?
Yeah, I got this, and I got this, and I got this. You proud of me, Daddy? Wait, what? Forget that, I didn't say anything, Aymeric, I'm sorry.
Mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I have arranged a pair of black chocobos for us, the more efficiently to scour the area. We shall contain our search to Provenance Point, where Vandrew is said to have been found.
You're asking me to cheat on my chocobo? Sir, how could you?
If you are ready, let us be off.
Alright. Clearly you do not understand the bond of a man and his chocobo. It's okay. I understand that you do not understand. That is fine. Gonna say anything to me? Gonna have a little conversation while we fly on these chocobo that are not mine? I'm just saying, Aymeric, usually when I ride with people like this, they, they converse with me. So, had any dinners recently?
Nothing so far. Let us continue northeast.
On that, I feel like you're just blanking me. But being ignorant's kind of rude, you know. Some people say anyway. But yeah. Are we going to this suspicious looking cave entrance? I wonder. Oh, I do wonder. Hello? Oh. He's next to the airship too, so the airship is still there. I was wrong, which means he probably brought it here. Very interesting looking dragon.
By the Fury! It's the blasphemy!
I have working eyes. I can see it. Unlike your love for me, I don't see that. How did you fly it here if you don't know what you're doing? Oh, very bruised. Last time he tried to survive.
His Eminence must protect His Eminence.
Well, he's dead, mate. You're about 5 years late for that, I think. I don't know how many years. I assume that's what turned him then.
Ah, you finally awake. Hello and be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name?
Buddy?
My name is Zephyrin? No. Chabot. Or was it Valguin? Polgreen. All these names that are hard to pronounce. So many names, swirling in my mind. And voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? What if I just was Andrew but with a V? That's easy.
Are you alright? Are you alright? You don't seem alright. Okay.
Vandrew. My name is Vandrew. Yeah, that's the one I'm going with. It's like Andrew, but you put a V on it, see?
Well now, that's the same as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided you well. It's good, innit? It's just like Andrew, but with a V. So Andrew with a V, If you're feeling up to a little conversation, can you tell me about yourself? Anything you remember? Anything at all?
It seems to have bits and pieces. Little flashes.
The proud son of House Desmel. Nay, a devout servant of Alone, who lives for the rush of battle, the pleasure in inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brother in arms. A low-born runt, whose every effort went unrewarded, whose very name disqualified him from ever leading the Temple Knights, but his eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side.
Is this that one piece of shit?
From that day forth, I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defense of his.
Is this the one guy? A clone of the one guy?
I am a knight of the Heavens Ward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop.
The one that got Arshafat? Or whatever. Kind of feel like you got what you deserved then. Oh, you were a knight? Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea. While I realise your memories may have been a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavens Ward have not been seen in quite some time, and are presumed dead. And the Archbishop, well, he's most certainly no longer of this world. Yeah, get fucked. That's right, you frown. But the important thing is you're safe now, and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring you some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. They didn't mention anything about this, did they, when we talked to them? About him being from the, thingy? Though they did mention him mentioning the Archbishop, I think.
The Archbishop dead? No, no, this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? I must find him.
I mean, we can rectify that if you want. Well, I guess we are going to rectify that. Bit of tit for tat.
Ty!
I'm dreaming, give me a minute. You too, dragon, give me a minute. I'm dreaming.
For glory of King Forden.
How about no? Yeah, remember me, bitch? Yeah, you do. Coward. Chicken. It's a very pretty sky.
Another vision, I take it.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of those lately. Also nod.
Let us make for Ishgard. I expect Lord Artorial will return soon. If he has not already, we should both be glad to hear your tale.
Well, you know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one, Aymeric. Gonna be honest. But hey, we were in the middle of finding a little bird girl, so... On a ship run by bunnies. I mean, weird's pretty much the norm, right? If it is not weird, as it truly ails here. Come, Starbird. Like your shield. I can see why you're showing it off so much. Yes, yes, let me in, please, sir. I wish entrance. Hello. Ah, Ty. I pray your search was more productive than mine own. Oh, it was. Oh, it bloody well was. Wow, more so my memories than anything.
Everyone is here. Excellent. So you were able to find your clone in Ez's lair?
Nay, naught but the discarded Assalon remained. I've furred you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands.
In the course of retracting Vandu's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Soleil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Ez's lair and tried to use it to return to Ishgard.
But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. Alright.
So it would seem. And the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found.
Profane Fafnir was there too, so it's the Archbishop's airship. Interesting. Makes sense.
The creature chose to flee, but not before Ty had a vision of Vandu's past. Vandru, shit, I'm sorry. Go on, my friend. Share with us what you witnessed.
Yeah, some shit happened. It was real sad. Or maybe happy. I don't know. No, it was sad.
All the pieces fit, and it is as you summarized, my lord. Vandru and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when you asked his name, 'tis as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Forden and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vandru. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Ty, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vandru's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose, the Heavens' War took up arms against us and Ishgard. By their leave were we robbed one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't do that either, that would be wrong. Though those words would never come from my mouth. Could you imagine that I would do that? Never.
Self-same fate afflicted upon many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost. They're all too vulnerable to despair.
Know that feeling, my guy. Know that feeling.
The people don't have to forget, but they need to move forward.
You know it to be true.
Yay! I thought as much myself, my friend, but here you say it as well. Indeed, when the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Artorial, at the next house session, I shall call for an Assumensil Council to be held.
That's a word, apparently. Apparently that's a word.
My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in such church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgardian society and continue serving the people, it must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. I would call for this council not as Lord Speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. Now I have it, thanks to you.
Should I not going to see this as another attack?
I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime.
Shall we assume we're getting Clemmy Boy back? Because I can't think of anyone else. Nobody else comes to mind.
Level 89, and I'm feeling fine.
Ah, Ty. Owing to Lord Aymeric swift action, I'm pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. In case you're unaware, the Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. It's possible to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it, save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of the Bishop of Adeno's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Interesting. Hello, Clemmy Boy.
Indeed. For the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and teachings of the Church. 'Tis my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor.
Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position.
I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vadano's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the Church may serve the people once more.
What?
Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask?
He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Ty, I shall proceed to the vault. With the good deacon, in the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Aymeric? He should be the last vigil, I believe.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I'm on it like a chocobo's bonnet.
But chocobo don't have bonnets. They do now.
They do now.
La da da dun da da dun.
Oh. What are you doing here, Aymeric? We're gonna see Edmond. Is that why you're here? He's like a puppy to you, Thrall. Oh, sorry, I assume it makes sense for him to show up to the meeting. Hello.
Ah, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already?
Yeah, boy.
I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I've been thinking, Ty, on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who I have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set us aside, out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned, 'tis far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony, for our nation to move forward as one?
I think you're doing pretty good.
Such questions I have been pondering. we should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk?
Yeah, buddy, sounds good to me. There. I think what you're missing, buddy, is more walks with me. Not walks, oh, I guess we're right out of walk. I meant dates, to be honest. The dinners, but we both know what it really is.
Ready, then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look at Vortom's manor.
Aymeric is now accompanying you. Awesome.
Though we haven't much time, I'm glad for the opportunity to stroll about the city with you.
You wanna go stop at like a restaurant or something? Just putting that out there. That seems like a very decisive no.
It feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Vortom. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonsong War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the architects?
If we must, sir. If we must. We might want to go see Daddy Edmond, but that's okay. It's okay, I understand. I understand and I comprehend, eh?
King Vorden and his Knights 12, the murderers of Ratatoska. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have deemed that these images be torn down. Yet, though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years, with the chance to forge a new future. But we as a nation must decide how we will confront our past.
I don't know that that means you have to have the statues out here celebrated, though.
Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clem at the vault.
I assume, Aymeric, you see this big ass church here? I assume inside said church, alright, hear me out, there's probably some kind of museum, right, about religious facts and stuff. You could bang them statues in there. I'm just saying, and then there'd be a plaque on them that tells you and explains what happened, you understand? Right? And therefore they're not out here to be celebrated. You know, change brings change, and that means changing things. And, you know, sometimes that means changing how things look. Get a nice statue yourself. Get one of Hildebrand. He's been here. Get Lucia a statue, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Get Aldemon a statue. Get me a statue. That's where I'm leading to. You understand? I want a statue. Potentially the biggest statue. Just throwing that out there. I think I've earned it.
There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let's take our place in the audience hall.
Does the audience hall have a statue of me in it? And I don't care about the audience hall. Oh, I do have a fucking place up front in the audience hall though. For some reason. I just got in, but I'll take it. Nor am I a member of the faith.
Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Eloni's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I have called this Usimenisal Council, the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole.
Lovely.
Since antiquity, the Asgardians of Orthodox Church served the people in two respects, as the Fury's spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury's shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as the spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held, if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to the doctrine of lies. I feel like some people aren't going to be happy with that. I think you got a point, I think it's a good point, I don't think it's going to happen, because some people are going to be very like, oh, I don't want to do that. And make them sad. I think that's the face of someone that's sad. Our predecessors did before us. We of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Haloni's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Oh no, the horror. Oh, now he's scowling. Alright, everybody's scowling. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Haloni, are we outside your grace? Don't despair. Oh no. People are going to start turning into monsters. Also, I'm not sure you won the war. Did you win the war? I guess you beat Nidhogg, but I feel like neither side won. I feel like, you know, you negotiated peace. Which I guess in a way is both sides winning, but still. This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Was my voice exactly, sir? Go on, Aymeric. Do your thing. We're all counting on you. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace Bishop Vartano, may he walk in Haloni's halls, was one such soul. In his longing for simpler times, he resorted to fusing forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. Indeed, he did. In our minds we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we are. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. I'm not crying anymore. It was a pretty good speech. Yeah. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggled to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Forden weighs heavy, and there is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent, and so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Ty risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us. The truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Hello, that's me. I'm his friend. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true, our devotion to Haloni,
whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled in these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than the lies. We cannot acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions as appropriate must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. Smiley face at you. Smiley face right back at you. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tombs, and I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Haloni's work once more. Cool. Very cool. Super cool. Ultra cool. The day so very long ago, I had no answers to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. Yeah, buddy. Progress is what we like to see. Took you long enough, but you got there in the end. That's what matters. Hello! 'Tis well Lord Aymeric interjected when he did. With this, the church and the people have taken their first step towards a brighter future. Indeed, I concur. I concur. The council went better than I had dared hope. Truly, while the details remain to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Ty. In the face of great hardship, never did he hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Oh, thank you. Hello. Indeed. Well, I do remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you we glimpsed the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to you for example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the church for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hands in faith and love. For what is faith if not salvation? Sure. Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much more and more to do. Ah, but ere I forget, I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it was be seen to with all haste. To the airship, I assume? I assume. Assumptions are made by me, and you, an umption. I tasked Dacon with finding a certain item, you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning into greatly diminished, we may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. Hello MV, buddy. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. Still with the roleplay. Yeah. It would seem so. 'Tis time we freed Vandrew from his torment. Rest while you can, Ty, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. Nod. Everybody nod. What are you giving me? Chowder. Chowder. Why chowder? I mean, I'll take the chowder. I'm not complaining about the chowder. I will take the chowder. but I will question the chowder too. Alright, let's finish this. I'll take my stuff, I'll take my free shit. Happily. Happy chappy.
Glad tidings, Ty.
Since that word council, not a single soul has turned. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. Alright. It's the airship though, right?
Ah, Ty. You are here too. Excellent. I'm pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir.
Cool.
As you will recall, when last we encountered it, it was lying in wait by this
Solele.
an instinct driven by its inherited memories. I believe it seeks to protect that which is most strongly associated with the Archbishop.
Alright.
In all likelihood, it was this self-same motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When it next descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using this secret weapon to lure it to Shanshell.
Alright. What exactly is this secret weapon?
'Tis none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. Suspecting that Bishop Vantro had retrieved it from Aziz's lair, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicions proved correct.
And mine incorrect, apparently. Shit. Oh well. Can't FF14 for now because new update coming on Black Desert Online, so I get back to it. Ooh. I've not played Black Desert Online. Is that good? Is it fun times?
With a crozier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir.
My lord, that is unconscionable. A risk. There is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Giga pay to win. Oh, lovely. Oh well, as long as it's fun, though. That's all that matters. What is it? What kind of game is it? I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it.
Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. If the Heavens Ward are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. As leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear.
You got this, buddy.
All the Knights of the Heavens Ward fell in Aziz's lair. As a vessel for their memories, Vandrew may be considered the last of their number. Let us go then, and relieve him of his nay.
Yeah?
Their duty.
Sounds good to me.
Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all.
Gucci, I have a free-to-play side, but you would be just behind of everyone else who pays cash. But if you're not into PvP, then it's fine. Alright. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the whole pay-to-win thing, but... yeah. I don't think... well, I was gonna say I've never played a game that's got it, but... WoW basically does, doesn't it? So that's not true. WoW is pretty pay-to-win these days. Alas. I don't know, if it's not getting in the way of your fun. Have fun with it, I say. Ooh. No. Baby. Wow, just so toxic, just like League. Yeah, I would agree with you there. I've not played it in like over a year now, I don't think.
When the battle begins, Lord Aymeric and I will draw the blasphemy's attacks. Seize the opportunity to bring your magics to bear against it. If you are ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word.
Yeah, I never liked doing group content in that game. It was always a rushed mess, and you know someone was going to have a go at someone else. I think I played League of Legends maybe once, though. So I only know the stories of about how bad that one is. I've not really experienced it for myself. The beasties come, now is our chance. Although I played some Smite, people can be assholes in that. Oh, it's his spear, staff. A spear. Good fit, Aymeric. Good fit. I like it. Don't keep your innocence. I have no desire to play it, I'll be honest. Make ready. I'm interested to see what their MMO is, though. That does have my interest. BDO is an MMO. Yeah. Is that the one that looks really nice? It's got like really pretty graphics.
To me, my knights.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen screenshots and stuff of it. Yeah, I'm full up on MMOs at the minute. I've got this, and occasionally I'll play Star Wars.
What a glory of King Forden.
Alrighty.
No, you are not he. A trick. It is a trick.
Damn right, bitch. Vengeance is a coming.
Forgive me, Sir Vandrew, but for the sake of all his guardians, we must strike you down.
Some others might even enjoy it. Just putting that out there. Not all of us are apologetic that this has to happen. Alright, let's go.
It ends here.
What's this gonna be like? Am I going to die? Oh, well, that's a bad start. That one... I don't think I've played at level 90 yet on this. Finally get to see this ability in action. It's very pretty. Do I fight these, or are they gonna do a thing? Are they gonna do the colonel thing they sometimes do? What are you doing? What's your plan? No, that's a full-on AoE. Never mind. That's not the colonel one. Well, now I know. Donut, not colonel. I thought he was gonna do a donut. Thank you for the healing, sir. I appreciate it. Come here, you. Let's do that. I've got this one. Keep it out of my circle. That's what I say.
Do not underestimate me.
They would never. Well, maybe they would. But they shouldn't. Where you going, you big chicken? You're supposed to be a dragon, not a fucking chicken. Coward. Oh, fucking hell. It's like the dragon from the one dungeon. God, I've run that dungeon so many times from the squadron thing. Oh, I'm coming, that's already. I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming.
We must stand our ground.
Wrong one. Excuse me, Mr. Dragon. I must defeat you. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not that sorry. Ah, shit, which ones came down first? I wasn't paying attention.
You underestimate me!
Alright. Oh, hello. Oh, you're gonna fight them. Okay, I guess I'm just fighting this boy then. I'm content with that, to be honest. How the blasphemy was strike them down fast. You just told me to. Wrong way around. You said you were gonna deal with that. Inconsistency. God damn it. I dislike the red mage AoE rotation. Still. I still find it rather dull. Also, it annoys me that it's the opposite way around of the single target rotation. Alright, we're getting that. We're getting that. Ooh. Mainly the bastards. Yeah, sure, have that. Get wrecked.
I will not
Didn't do that.
falter.
Just gonna throw that out there. Oh. Rude. Fucking rude. We cannot fall. Such power. That wasn't that much power. Get your ass up. I need you. Oh, halfway there. You're gonna go there, you're gonna go there, so I guess I won't be around here. Damn dragon, where you going? Oh, there you are. Hello. I think I'm safe here. Damn right I am. Stop landing on me, you big jerk. That's just rude. Rude and crude. I'll do this. A little bit of that. Yeah, shush. One of those. Oh, nice. A little bit of that. Aye. Ooh, some of that. Big chunky one of those. Alright, that one's fast. I see you. Okay, let's go here, I guess. Oh, I'm still fucking in it. No. Oh no, mistakes were made. I'm not using that all. Oh well, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Ba-da-ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Excuse me, no thank you, no thank you. Guessing. Oh, that was so close. Oh, I bet you didn't expect this melee from a fucking magic fight, did you? Secret weapon, you son of a bitch. Aha! Fuck you. Victory! We are victory! Easy peasy. Squeezy lemons.
Finally, it is over.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thus sends the tale of the Heavens Ward. Let it not be forgotten.
They're a bunch of dicks though, don't mess that part out.
'Twas wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations.
Yes.
Yet in peering to their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to the Primal's manipulation. They too were victims, flawed men, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be.
No comment.
Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering are mine to bear, and bear them I shall. For had you not vanquished King Fordham, or had I erred in but one of my choices,
Yeah.
I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy.
You wouldn't have turned. Not you. I believe it.
Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me.
Now, about that dinner.
My apologies, 'twas not mine intent to wax sentimental.
Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation.
It's...
Go. Well, that was doable. To be fair, I think the only one I've struggled with so far was the Limsa one for some reason. Where am I going?
Where am I headed? Oh, on a journey. On a journey through the snow and ice. Oh, baby.
Take me. Take me away from here. Where am I going? I'm coming home. Alrighty. I'm just gonna jump over you, I hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind. I'm sure you don't. You understand that I am the savior of Ishgard. Therefore I am allowed to jump over you. Those are in the rules. So sorry if you're only just finding this out.
I hurried here as soon as I learned of your victory. There are some few words I would say, but it can wait until Lord Atariel and Deacon Clem have spoken theirs. Tai, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us to overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned from it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. It is no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard. One in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Now then, I believe the Daikon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear.
I'm going at you one by one, am I?
My Lord Tai, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Aymeric explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor, confused creature was born of the Church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationship with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to the faith. And we shall pray for you as well, wheresoever your path may lead. May the Fury ever watch over you and keep you. I shall leave it at that then. Lord Aymeric too wishes to speak, and 'twould not do to keep him waiting.
I would never. Not I.
Tai, Lord Antariel, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir.
You're just gonna ignore Clem? How rude. Poor Clem.
As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring.
Thank you. You were a bit disappointing, to be honest. So we got knocked down and everything.
with no further reported instances of people turning and blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brethren and I shall labor to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts.
Good, good, very good.
And I shall fight with you, not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords, or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but as a man of faith, in our God and in our people.
Yeah, buddy?
Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope.
What? Very good.
Tai, by now you'll be sick unto death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well.
Thank you.
You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course forward into a brighter future. What forward means we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ashgardians as well, we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. That is the nation I will strive to build. This I swear to you.
Tai, given all that you have done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our officer and riders at hand. We will of course be sending a report, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from additional details you can provide as well. I'm on it.
Thanks again, my friend. And may the Fury speed you on your way.
Laters. It was nice talking to you all again. Well, I've missed you very much. It has been a long while. Quite enjoyed that. I guess I'll have to look into why people weren't liking it. 'Cause I don't think it was that bad. I wasn't fond of the Bishop being a bad guy again. That seemed a bit redundant to do that again. But I enjoyed it. The only one I haven't really been into so far is the melee DPS one. Because that was just about a bunch of characters I didn't really care about. Okay, it wasn't as involved on the leader as the rest of them have been so far. Which I think is why I'm enjoying these a bit more. That one just felt a bit random. Also, this one, I think the healer one was very similar in that it really didn't focus on the blasphemy thing all that much. Which I quite like, because I don't like that they're all tied to that. I think it's a bit silly. Yeah. I quite enjoyed myself.
Oh, my Lord Tai, by your return, dare I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success?
Yep.
That you would vanquish the beast comes as little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as impetus for the Church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share your joyous tidings with the allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess of being a great admirer of yours. If you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you would do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. I think that's another thing. It feels like something actually happened with this one, like something important. Whereas, I didn't really feel that way with the melee warrior one. It didn't feel all that important. In the long run. Like, didn't seem like much changed. There wasn't much development going on there. Whereas this one did. I mean, it did feel a bit repetitive, I suppose, as to what we've already seen with Ishgard.
but it's something, which is nice. It felt like it was actually about Ishgard, whereas the Lanasia one did not feel like it was about that at all. Oh, anyway, I was just getting a feel for things today, coming back and what have you, so yeah, I'm gonna call it there. I'm going to head off and I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you for watching. Enjoy your video ending. Hope you have a good time. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. I have to remember which button does the thing now. Oh, there we go. Bye!